Hughley. I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfuckers.
What? Excuse me, Monique?
Let me just open by saying, I could care less than about what you think of.
And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burnt too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was? People say, why didn't you talk to him privately? I gave him the opportunity to do that.
Steve Harvey has reacted to Monique, calling him a Hollywood elite. Here is what she had to say about it. Look, I've heard Monique's comments calling me a Hollywood elite, and I've got to say, I'm disappointed. We've known each other for years, and to throw around labels like that, it's disheartening. I've always believed in lifting others up, not tearing them down. Now, Monique has her perspective, and she's entitled to it. But let's not forget, we're both in this industry to make a difference, to entertain, and to provide for our families. So, instead of pointing fingers and name-calling, let's focus on the bigger picture and how we can positively impact others. Monique's revelations about her relationship with Steve Harvey have ignited a firestorm of debate about the role of loyalty, integrity, and the challenges of navigating the entertainment industry, particularly for Black artists. Monique is unflinchingly candid in her critique of Harvey, stating, "I've never met so many cowards in our Black men in show business. I've never met so many Black men that have no goddamn backbone." This statement serves as a scathing indictment not only of Harvey, but also of a broader issue: the lack of support and solidarity within the industry, especially among Black men. Monique's disappointment with Harvey is palpable as she recounts her efforts to reach out to him privately to address her concerns.
Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley. I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfuckers.
She says, "Steve, do you know how hurt I was? People say, why didn't you talk to him privately? I gave him the opportunity to do that. My texts and my calls went unanswered and unreturned." Her words reveal a sense of betrayal, as she had expected Harvey, someone she considered a friend and a brother, to at least engage in a private conversation with her. Instead, she feels he chose to ignore her and then publicly criticize her, thereby adding insult to injury. One of the most striking aspects of Monique's revelations is her assertion that Harvey is part of the Hollywood elite, a group she believes is more interested in self-preservation and financial gain than in standing up for what's right. She challenges Harvey's public persona as a relationship guru and mentor, stating, "While Steve Harvey has rebranded himself and his image into the guy you go to when you're having problems in your relationships or friendships in recent times, people in the industry see him in a completely different light." According to Monique, Harvey's actions, or lack thereof, reveal that he might be more aligned with the Hollywood elite than he would like to admit. Monique also accuses Harvey of being financially motivated in his actions, suggesting that he might have undermined her for his own gain. She claims, "It seems he might have also thrown her under the bus for some dollars." This accusation is particularly damning because it implies that Harvey is willing to sacrifice personal relationships and ethical considerations for financial benefits. Monique's relationship with Steve Harvey is fraught with complexities that go beyond personal grievances. She feels let down by someone she considered a brother, accusing him of choosing his career and financial gains over their friendship. She also raises broader questions about the integrity of those who are part of the Hollywood elite, suggesting that they may be more interested in protecting their own interests than in standing up for justice and fairness. Through her candid revelations, Monique not only challenges Harvey's integrity, but also shines a spotlight on the systemic issues that plague the entertainment industry, particularly for Black artists. Monique's ongoing narrative about her experiences in the entertainment industry takes another complex turn as she delves into her public feud with comedian D.L. Hughley. The disagreement, she reveals, stemmed from a contract dispute over a show in Detroit. Monique is to be the last person on the goddamn stage. She is the headliner, she asserts, emphasizing her belief that she was the main act. This disagreement with Hughley, however, is not just an isolated incident, but serves as a backdrop against which her issues with Steve Harvey, who she believes is part of the Hollywood elite, are magnified. Harvey's public intervention in this dispute is where Monique's disappointment with him intensifies. On his morning show, Harvey dismissively stated, "I couldn't care less what Monique thinks about me."
Let me just open by saying, I could care less than her.
Monique interprets this not as a neutral stance, but as a calculated move to protect his own interests. To her greatest surprise, the celebrity TV host chose his pocket over her, she laments. For Monique, this is further evidence that Harvey is part of the Hollywood elite, a group she believes is more committed to self-preservation and financial gain than to standing up for justice and integrity. Monique and her husband Sidney Hicks later take to Instagram to discuss not just the feud with Hughley, but also the broader systemic issues plaguing the entertainment industry. The fact that you point the people to the ticket stubs for the order of the names versus to your contract implies that you don't have a contract that shows you are the headliner like I do, she says. This statement serves as a critique not only of Hughley, but also indirectly of Harvey and the Hollywood elite, who she feels perpetuate systemic biases against black women in the industry. The narrative takes a darker turn as Monique discusses her alleged blacklisting in Hollywood after her Academy Award win in 2010. She claims that she and her husband were labeled as difficult for refusing to participate in additional Oscar campaigning for the movie Precious. "I said no to some powerful people," she states, suggesting that her refusal to conform led to her industry ostracization. This point becomes even more poignant when considered alongside her views on Harvey being part of the Hollywood elite. "Steve Harvey is no different from those who blacklisted me. He's part of that Hollywood elite circle that punishes those who don't play by their rules," she declares. She feels that Harvey, by choosing not to support her, has shown that he is more aligned with this elite group than with those who are fighting against the system's inherent biases. "It's not just about me. It's about all of us who are pushed to the margins because we dare to speak up," she adds, emphasizing the broader implications of her experience. She questions why more people aren't speaking up about the injustices that are so glaringly evident. "If not Steve, then who? If not now, then when?" she asks rhetorically, challenging not just Harvey, but also other influential figures who she feels have the power, but not the will to effect change. Her story serves as a cautionary tale for anyone who believes that individual success can shield them from systemic issues. You can win all the awards in the world, but if you're not part of their elite club, you're still an outsider, she concludes. Comment your thoughts below. Do you think Steve Harvey is part of the Hollywood elite?